everyone.
Howdy, howdy.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
Very good.
good seeing you, Destiny.
You too.
Are you at work?
No.
Oh, I've never seen the inside of your wherever you're at. I thought it looked like a ceiling at work.
I wouldn't do this at work.
Oh.
Are you in the basement?
Yeah.
Nice. All right. So anyway, Dan said he'd jump in a little bit later, but I thought we would get Destiny caught up on what she's missed.
Yeah, last night Dan said he'd be home at 7 and could play then. That's what he told us last night.
He thinks that he'll be jumping on 7:45 maybe. I don't know where he was, but it sounded like he was doing something. So let's see here.
Hey, Kyle, I got a question for you first. I listened to the last game, and it seems like I come across super echoey. Do you hear that now, or is that just in the replay, or what?
Yeah, that's just in the replay, and I think it's because you're louder than everyone else.
Okay. I'm trying to be not as loud.
Okay, can you adjust your microphone settings?
I can't even find the damn thing. I was just looking for that. I couldn't find the settings there. It's somewhere.
Red Bull.
I don't know that I have it actually settings there. So I'll look for it though.
Because you can tell Randy's sitting about, he's got his Corona. He's sitting about 4 foot away, it looks like. Like he's got his iPad propped up on his TV dinner stand or something.
Sitting in my rocker like the old man.
That Red Bull's good. Okay, so Volmir, do you have your sheet?
Yes.
All right, so you should be aware that your THACO went down by 1 because everyone went up a level, obviously. Your hit points went up by 3. Your saving throws did not change. Your number of attacks didn't change. And you do have a non-weapon proficiency slot open. And if I remember correctly, I recommended that you take well, maybe I didn't add anything on that one. Hold on here. I recommended that you take alertness, but obviously you don't need to if you had some other thing in mind.
I don't. So
Okay.
I'll take the
And you don't have to take anything. You can do your own research and get back to me if you want.
I'll do that.
You'll do that? Okay. Then you're about good to go then, so.
Alright, and you said the THACO went to the what?
Okay, let's pull it up here.
Went down.
Yeah, so
Yep.
with your short sword, it's a 5. With your short bow, it's a 7. Okay. All right, so you all had, I think I I don't know when I told you this, but you all finished. But it was at the end of the other game where you popped in at the end there for a second. So that was all done. You went through and then met the parents of Iron and Zero. You all had a large fight with some large humanoids. They reminded you of the giants that you all encountered in the previous place, I suppose. So you defeated them. There was also the creature with the like the humanoid with the tentacles coming off its back. It was spotted down the road, hanging out by the mill, and Zero decided he would attempt to use Heart Needle on it, and after at least one or two unsuccessful tries, he was able to bring forth some type of magic from it or some kind of power, because he knows that something left and it seemed to cause that creature distress and hurt, and it apparently fled. When they went to look for it, they didn't find it. There were some ideas that it might have jumped in the river or swam away or what have you. And then you all went to, were invited to Zero's parents' house, which was their old house, even though none of the surrounding area looked exactly like they remember. It had a familiar ring to it, but not enough. It wasn't similar enough to where it wasn't obvious that something was different. The parents were glad to see everyone. Introductions were made. Food and drink was provided, and there was a long discussion about trying to convince the parents that their kids weren't from here. And the parents were, of course, kind of seeing that their children were not thinking clearly, and suggested they get a good night's rest and they would see things better in the morning. And then, so basically everybody went to sleep. And then the next morning, you were kind of, we started off with Waldor was praying, and Zero, let me see if I can remember, Zero was talking to his mom in the house and went with her to go collect eggs, while Ein and Garrett went with Joe the dad out to check on the crops, and that's when the guy cutting the tree down stopped the game. So
Bastard.
that actually happened, by the way. That he didn't knock the electricity out, thank Christ, but the internet cable went snap. So all is better now.
Does he have to pay for it?
No, nobody had to pay anything. I'm sure Spectrum had to pay their employees to come fix it, but I didn't pay
Speaking of
anything.
which, Cobb hung up on me today. Just hung up. I stood my good diligence driving through the neighborhood, checking on things.
I have enough of you.
I go, hey, dude, Spectrum's at your house. Hello? Hello?
Yeah, you'll have that.
He thought he meant that I was at his house. He was coming outside.
Alrighty, so So Volmir, now that you're somewhat up to speed on the current status of the Savage 6, you are also aware that the next weapon of legend is somewhere here. Zero has a somewhat idea of how to go there. It's one of those deals where, like before, it was on the page and the thing popped up here and then the thing popped up here, and you just know to go that way. And there's like the landmarks are like a forest in between, so that doesn't show like it's not very there aren't a lot of landmarks, I should say. So it's mostly going through forests is what it appears to be. There may or may not be roads and or trails. You have to go explore it for yourselves. And you are down 20 hit points because in the big fight with the giants, some kind of weird black inky thing shot out tentacles, and you were caught and grappled in it, and you kept trying to escape, and you kept rolling, and it kept beating you. So eventually the thing went away, and you were like, yeah, I'm a little hurt, but you aren't, like, you're not mortally wounded. You're just crushed.
Right.
It's like being hugged by a big old fat guy, you know, you're going to take your damage. But so, I would like to get this game started with Zero rolling me a d12.
A D12?
Yes.
9.
9, that's no good. Destiny, you may or may not. Chris was able, since I started the call, I'm not able to change my screen. Like, my screen is down in this corner, like this, and you guys are kind of up here. But he said if you click on something on the top, you'll be able to make this picture like the main picture, and then the faces will be smaller down below, I think. So that might help, like if I want to show the map or something and I'm turning things. I don't know what kind of screen you got. Are you looking on your phone, I'm assuming, Destiny?
Yeah, I have an iPhone.
So you got kind of a small...
She can't do that on her cell phone, though.
Okay.
They're calling on desktop.
I see. Okay.
So we told you.
All right.
And David. And David.
All right. So, I need Garrett to roll a d12.
5.
And last but not least, I need Volmir to roll a d12.
6.
All right. So, Zero and his mother are, they go, and what there is there's a, for lack of a better term, it's like a chicken farm, except for all of the people in the village can go in there and get however many eggs they want, and then as they leave, they pay for however many they take. So the chicken house is like 20 by 30. There's chicken shit all over, and chickens clucking, and feathers, and it smells. and after the eggs are gathered, she explains to you that these eggs are a direct result of being blessed by Forsooth. Are you stunned, or what? Do you have any response?
He may not have mentioned this at the when we first got here. We were told a lot of things. We were asking questions about the land and whatnot, and we kind of found out that Forsooth is the ruler of these lands, and everybody, he's like the god of the land, but he's like a real person or something. I don't know. So apparently he's not dead here, and he's in charge. And everybody looks up to him and owes him for everything. That's kind of the way it's been.
When your mom said that to you, did you have any response?
No, I wait and I want to see the coins that she puts in the thing. So I'm waiting for her to lay some coins in whatever basket or whatever she does.
Okay. Yeah, she grabs a few coins out and just hands them to the guy that's in the front of the barn.
Oh, there's a guy there. Okay. Take a chance to see what the coin looks like by any chance when she pulled it out or hand.
Sure, make a perception check, please. And he's frozen. Nope. Make a perception check, please.
I did. I rolled a 28 plus 14.
Okay. So they appear to be very similar to copper coins of what you're used to.
Did they have anything on them? Any engraving or anything I can see?
They look very similar to the coins of where you grew up, and
Okay.
except like they might have like a different type of stamp, but you would have to probably physically hold one in your hand to get that kind of information. So,
can you turn your camera up so we can look at your actual face when you're doing all this instead of your chest?
if you want,
When we point at you, we can see you, right?
huh?
I said it was pointing at you, we should see you, right?
Okay, is there anything else you want to ask your mom or talk to her about?
No.
Okay. All right, so you guys return to the house. We go to Garrett and Ein, and if I remember correctly, you guys were out in the field, and the Joe was showing you and talking about the crops and how it's been very good to him and his family. And you were looking around for something, and you rolled. I think you were just looking to see if there was like giants in the woods or something, or what? You remember what you were looking for?
I had said something to the extent of how common is it giants just come into the town.
And yeah,
I
and
think his response was, it's becoming more common.
yes.
So I was trying to keep an eye into the tree line just in case something would be coming out.
Okay. So, was there any other thing that you wanted to bring up in discussion with Joe?
I think I covered it all this morning.
Okay, that's fine. So after going about the fields and making sure that the crops appear to be growing everything appears to be normal. You all head back to the house. Volmir, you are in the house, and there's really not a lot to explore. The house is like a 20 by 20, maybe a 30 by 30. It's 2-story. The upstairs has like the main bedroom, and that's where you slept. Waldor was on the floor. And the downstairs has a very small other bedroom, and then it's all open. So like a fireplace where all the cooking is done, and a place to prepare and cut things, and there's a table kind of in the middle of the whole room. That's where most everybody sits and talks or socializes or what have you. So as you take in the place and you're kind of left by yourself, is there anything that you want to try or do that I should be aware of?
I'm trying to look for like if there's any like hidden cellar doors.
Okay. So
Rugs or
roll a d6.
3.
3. Okay. So you kind of start walking around, and you have innate ability to sense secret or concealed doors, possibly other things. But as you walk around the house, you don't sense any drafts or uneven, besides naturally uneven wood that's being used to make for the floor. And then you kind of go over and inspect the wall, and you can see that the wall's not like double. It's not like got wood on the outside and wood on the inside. It's mostly just wood on the outside, and you can see the exposed beams in the wall, and they've used those for like creating shelves or whatever. So not a lot of insulation, but and that takes you a while, and you notice that above the fireplace something catches your eye, and you walk over there and you see can you guys hear my son in the room?
Is that in your house?
He's back there playing a video game, so he's okay.
Kill them all.
So
Shut the door.
yeah, he likes it. So you notice that there's a fireplace, and it's kind of like set, and this part is bricked up. And it wouldn't be uncommon for the brick then to extend through the wall to the outside of the building. And so then
Pointed a little bit to your right.
That way?
Yeah, there you go.
Like that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So as like you're standing here and you're looking, and you notice that there's a mantle above the fireplace, and there's like looks like a little, I don't know, like a fired plaster something or other, like a plate or whatever, and there appears to be a picture of somebody's face, and then somebody's face over here, and you think to yourself it's probably a picture of Joe and Anna at some point in their past, because it looks like them but just younger. And then in the middle, you notice that there is kind of like a block of wood, but it's not a block of wood. It's like if a piece of a tree that was like 15 inches around had been cut like into a puck.
Okay.
and on it is an interesting symbol. And it looks very much like the symbol that you've seen before. Can you recognize, it's upside down, but can you tell what it's supposed to be?
A little bit to the right. That's left. Ah, okay, I see it. Why is that here?
Okay, so right when you say that, you hear people like coming in the front door. You continue to monkey around there at the fireplace. You do like turn around to see who it is, or what do you do?
Turn around to see who it is.
Okay, it's Zero and Garrett, both roll me d6s, please. All right, it's Anna and Zero, and Anna has a basket, and she walks in and she says, "Oh, hi, good morning, Volmir."
Good morning.
And she walks over to like the side of this side of the wall, and that's where like a thin sort of a countertop, if you will, because you can tell there's like little doors underneath, and she puts the basket up there and starts says, "Zero, do you remember? Of course you remember where the well is. Can you go get me some water?"
I go outside and attempt to go to where I remember well being at my house.
Okay.
If not, I look for a well.
Okay. So you head out to get water, and Anna says, "You enjoy eggs, Volmir? Have your people ever eaten eggs?"
Yeah, I like eggs.
Good. Because once Joe comes back from the field, I'm gonna make up some of my famous eggs and hash.
That sounds good.
And
I have a question.
Yes.
This symbol, and I point to the wooden.
This thing here.
Yeah.
Yep.
What does this mean to you?
Well, that is the holy symbol of the, not the holy symbol. It's more like the holy. I don't know if you'll understand what I mean by this, but do your people like have celebrations?
Well, there are birthdays, death days.
Do they celebrate whenever something really great happens for their people?
Well, yes.
Okay, so like that's what this is. This, and she walks over and she kind of picks it up, and she says, "This is the sound that represents Forsooth's love for all of us. And if it is said that if Forsooth is or can hear this perfect note, he will deliver divine blessings upon his flock." And so we have this here as a symbol of faith that should we ever need it, we can sing out to Forsooth and he will hear our call.
Have you done it before?
No. Honestly, we haven't. I mean, honestly, I'm a little frightened too. I wouldn't want to be like the parable of the masked stranger. The parable of the masked stranger was a man who was in need and sung out to Forsooth, and Forsooth came to him and what's the word? Forsooth came to him and rescued him from his time of peril. So the man did it again, and Forsooth took revenge, or not revenge, that's the wrong word, retribution for using his gift frivolously. And the punishment was that the man was forced to wear a mask from then on, and it became like known that he couldn't show his face anymore because he was greedy, and because of that that was his mark. No one ever, and even when he died, he was buried with a mask on, and apparently no one knew who he was. It's as if his memory of who he was removed from all, and he lived out his existence lonely and sad. Anyway, that's the story of the masked stranger, and I think it's a story that can be applied to all of us, is that if we are truly in need, we should ask for help, but if we are not, then we should attempt to do for ourselves what we can and not waste someone else's time. That's what I get from the story anyway. Are you interested in learning more about Forsooth?
I am, actually. I've seen this symbol a lot before.
Just then you hear more footsteps, and Garrett and Ein and Joe come back, and Joe has got a sack, and he walks over and he says, "Oh, good morning, Volmir." Am I saying that right?
Yes.
Dear, where's Zero? I sent him out to get water because I figured I would make my specialty, and he's like, I was hoping you'd do that. So Zero, you end up finding the well, getting water without issue, and coming back.
Okay.
So at some point, everyone is there except for Waldor, who hasn't come downstairs yet. It's been, I don't know, it feels like maybe a couple hours, maybe less. So
we know it takes time if you're studying spells,
So Joe says, "You want some help preparing that, dear?" And she says, "Well, actually, yes. Why don't you all make yourselves comfortable in any way you want, or maybe Zero and I could take you through town and show you some of the neat little things we have to offer here. I don't know, whatever you want to do. It takes a while to cook up this hash, so it'll probably be closer to midday before it's ready. So, but you guys, if you want to, whatever you want to do is fine with us. We're just glad you're back. And they go about to preparing the meal. So you all are left to your own devices.
Yeah, why don't you guys, let me go see what Waldorf
And he's froze again.
thinks, or my brother and I can show you a few things. I go upstairs to see if
Sean,
and then
Sean, you're freezing up. We can't understand you.
I said I go up to see if Waldorf is done studying.
Okay. So you go up the stairs and you can see he still appears to be praying. Do you disturb him?
No.
Okay, then what do you do?
I go back down to where everybody else is. He's still tied up for a while. Let's here, come on. Let's. I'll show you a few things nearby, and we can come back to eat. Hopefully, he'll be done by then.
Sounds good to me.
Works for me.
Okay, so my first question is, as you before you leave, what do you take with you, and what do you leave behind? And we'll start with Garrett. He's already wearing his armor and carrying everything he owns up. So
I'll leave my backpack and my bedroll, but I'm definitely taking other stuff with me.
okay. And Zero, you're in the middle. What do you take with you?
I'm just taking the new bow.
Okay. And how about you, Volmir?
I'm just gonna take one of my short swords.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see here. A 2. Ein says, you know what? You guys go ahead. I'm going to stay here.
Perfect. All right, I go. I open the door and wait for the other two to go out.
Out the door.
They're out the door.
Okay.
I shut the door and I lead them off towards the city or towards the town.
Okay. It's dirt road. It's a little mushy, having been raining the past couple days, but not really an issue. You have several opportunities along the way to go off the beaten path, and you can show them several things. You can show them the abandoned noble's estate.
Hey, Cobb.
Hold on. I'm just listing options of things that are around.
But that's not what we're actually doing. That's why I was trying to stop you.
Go ahead.
As soon as we get away from the house, I pull them off the side of the road somewhere where we can. And I look at Garrett and I say, well, this is a perfect opportunity to have our little meeting. I don't understand why Ein didn't want to come.
I don't get it, but
Ein wants to stay here. Ein wants to stay here for 6 months to a year, and just he's studying something to enhance an ability he has. I don't know exactly all the details, but it takes a great deal of time, and he wants to stop and do that in the middle of our adventure. And he wants to do it here, which, and I'll tell you the reason I think it's a bad idea. as I has stated before, these are not our parents. This is not where we're from. This is weird. It's similar, but it's not even remotely the same. And if, where we have been gone for almost a couple of years, she said they just, a week ago or something, sent me and my brother off to town to get supplies. So we're due right back. There's no dragon, there was no disaster here or anything like that. So if our real selves show up, that could be quite a problem. That's why I quit fighting the whole, this is a different thing, Mom, I don't understand. I'm just going with the, what do they say? Sure, whatever. I don't know if the two of you noticed when Ein changed into the dragon form to show our parents what the dragon looked like, they couldn't see his transformation. They didn't notice anything different. Also, he tried to contact our mother, and it failed. She was not able to be contacted, so he told me. So I don't know what's going on, but there's a disconnect here also between us. And Volmer, as I said earlier, I don't know if you were around, our parents don't have powers. No one has powers like we do from where we're from. It was hidden as a secret. But apparently here that's not the case. So things are real strange, and I think it's a bad idea if we're going to wait somewhere for him to do whatever, that we do it here. This seems very dangerous. What's your take on this, Garrett?
They seem awful.
Uh-oh.
Oh, there's more to that than just awful.
They seem awful.
There's
Hold on, that's all we heard was you said, they seem awful, and then you stuck.
It's just a common thing for giants to be coming into town and attacking things.
There's nothing normal here.
That other creature that's got the tentacles that was killing the people before we left, that's here, and nobody seems to worry about that except for me.
I'm not sure they noticed it.
Well, they noticed the flipping giants.
Well, I think it was controlling the giants. I don't think they noticed. I don't think they noticed it. I seen it at a great distance and shot at it, and then it went around the corner, and we weren't able to find it after that.
Yeah,
but where we just came from, that thing was created and worked for the guy who's running this place, so I'm sure they're related.
Right, and not that I want your parents to jump in and be front line when giants show up, but they stood there the whole time, didn't do anything.
I know.
They didn't run.
Well, they did something, because remember the one giant sunk down to his his knees or whatever in the ground? I think that was a power that perhaps my mother was using. I mean, they obviously aren't fighters, so they're not going to be running around with a sword, but if they have powers, that's probably what they were using or attempting to use. That would be my only suggestion, not having to talk to them.
Do you know exactly what powers your parents have?
As soon as we showed up here, Wilmer, we got off the side of the road, and all of a sudden, my brother and I were both contacted by our mother through our powers, which is, there's no way that should happen. I mean, they don't have powers, much less the ability to know we just popped up. That was really weird.
Well, that plus if I'm trying to contact him, couldn't.
Yeah, there's a disconnect. This isn't where we're from. This is something totally alien to us. It just looks similar. I don't know what it is. I guess it's another reality or version of where we're at. I don't think it has anything to do with going backwards or forwards in time. This is a totally different place. My biggest concern, I mean, we're here to move on and do something.
Yeah.
And Volmer, if you weren't around when I checked this out, I point in a general direction and go, the book is this direction, about 8 days walk. That's all I can tell you. if this area is somewhat familiar to me as it was where I'm from, I have a way that we could all travel there in a day. However, I don't know if it's exactly the same. The house isn't exactly the same. Things here aren't exactly the same. There's a lot of little inconsistencies and changes. So,
Well, why don't we just try and go?
well, I was going to say, my brother wants to stay here with mom and dad, even though he knows they're not our parents.
Well,
He wants to stay here for 6 months at least. Yeah, well, he thinks that it's a safe place to stay. I disagree, especially if their real children show up. I think it's going to be a big issue.
yeah.
I don't know who else around here has powers.
Well, here's the other thing when you think of that. Do their other children look exactly like you?
Apparently, they couldn't tell the difference. I mean, I can only guess.
And with that going on, do we need to have you wear a blue ribbon on your shirt so we know it's always you and not somebody else that shows up?
Well, I would find it hard-pressed to believe they're going to be carrying this bow.
Yeah.
Because what if there's another one of us, too, somewhere out there?
Well, they just went to town to get supplies and come back. There was no dragon. There's no the elven thing that's going on. That didn't happen here. I forget what my mom was talking about when she was talking about last night. Things were a bit confusing, but the histories aren't the same. Unless they traveled somewhere else somehow, I mean, they shouldn't be back in any minute. They were expecting us back because we just went to town to get some supplies. My concern is that they're going to come back and all this weird stuff didn't happen to them. But I don't know. I don't have answers. I just think it's the wrong place for my brother to stay for 6 months to a year. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, definitely.
And we didn't get a chance to. We got split up. We didn't get a chance to have a little meeting of our own group. That's why, after my brother told me that, that's why I met with Garrett last night about this, and we were going to try and have a little meeting. And then everybody split up and went their own ways. So, I mean, I think we should go on towards the last item we're looking for. I'm not comfortable being here. I mean, if everybody would, first off, everybody praises Versuth here. We just tried to kill this woman.
Yeah, and them saying that it's for... Did you see the symbol on the mantle?
No.
That was my symbol.
On the mantle?
On the mantle. Mm-hmm.
Your symbol meaning what exactly?
You know, that note.
Yeah. I mean, you said that's your symbol. I don't understand that.
It's a symbol of my people.
Oh, of your people. Oh, no, I didn't notice it. I didn't really go looking around. I slept in, apparently, my bed last night.
Well, there was a symbol on the mantle, and they were saying that it represents Forsyth's love for all of them, and if he hears that perfect note, he will come to the rescue or something like that.
Do you know what that note is?
Not necessarily. I'm still learning about all of this myself.
Okay. Yeah, I'm uncomfortable here because we don't know what could happen, and these people have dangerous powers. And we're not from here when they think we are. And apparently, a couple of things we've tried to do, they have not been able to witness, see, or affect them. So I'm afraid that if something happens, nothing we do will have an effect. But they obviously can affect us because they contacted us when we first arrived. So I don't know what's going on. I'm just uncomfortable with the situation. And it's not part of our plan, I believe. But the bigger problem is, what do we do about my brother wanting to stay here? I mean, do we forcibly remove him if he absolutely wants to stay here? I really wish he was here now to discuss it with us.
Honestly, if he refuses, I'd say sorry, but knock him out and bring him with us. You know? I mean, I don't feel safe here. It's not, there is no good feelings whatsoever.
I'm not sure why this thing he wants to research is so important to him. I don't fully understand what he's trying to do, but remember how through most of this adventure we've been going through, he has been pretty adamant about, no, that's not what we're supposed to be doing. We need to move on with the adventure. We need to do this. We need to go. We done here. Why are we waiting around? Now all of a sudden he wants to wait around for 6 months. It's almost like there's something wrong, as if he's cursed by a magic weapon of some sort, but he don't have it. It's weird. It's just acting weird. I think.
Was he alone with your mother at any point?
No, just me. He went with Dad and Garrett this morning out to the fields. That's really the only time we've had to do anything.
Dan, can you hear me?
Yep.
You have your phone?
Yep.
Okay, apparently you do. Okay, so you guys,
Ooh, Twizzler.
you guys see Waldor chugging up the road a little bit, and
I holler over to him, hey, Waldor, over here, come over.
Hey, who do I see?
You
see Volmir, Garrett, and Zero. You know that when you came downstairs, Ein was talking with his parents, and he's the one that told you that they went for a walk.
I bring you over. Did you hear what I just explained to everybody else?
No, I just walked up.
I meant Dan. Did you hear what I said? Okay, I'll start. I'll paraphrase.
Why are you off center? Why do you look like you're... I mean, you can be if you want. Randy's made a career out of being in the bottom left corner of his picture, so...
Well, there's a reason Randy's like that. Because there's a light right next to Randy, and it's kind of overbearing when it's in the picture.
I never saw it. Okay.
Because the first time he was on, I said, move your camera a little bit, dude.
I see. Yeah.
It's
all right.
not as bad from that view. He didn't have the whole light in there, but nonetheless. So the problem here, Waldor, is as you know, or maybe you've figured out as we've been telling you, this isn't where we're from. We don't really know these people. Things are different but similar. Like last night when my brother changed forms and they didn't even notice it. And he was changing to show them that what the dragon looked like that never appeared here and did anything. And then he also tried to contact my mother using one of our abilities, and it didn't work. He was not able to contact them. So he was just testing something, and that's what happened. My brother told me he wants to stay here for 6 months to a year to do some research. He feels this is the safe place to do that in the middle of our adventure. I don't think that's correct. I don't think we should stop our adventure, much less stick around here. I think this is a dangerous place. There's too many. This is not a safe place. I don't know what gives him that idea. I think.
Hey.
Yeah.
Possible that we went to a different place of first.
What?
You know how Duke had a place built last time. Is it possible we went to a different place built?
Well, he's here. He's the ruler here. everybody praises him, and he controls things, and we've already run across at least one of his creatures that he's created.
Like you said,
We'll do
Ooh, good.
Yeah, that's tasty.
Have you tried the kiwi apple?
I have. Tasty. They're all tasty except for the peach and the coconut.
Hey,
Those can kiss my ass.
the peach is good. So is the pear.
do they have wings to kiss your ass with?
Dan, your first 3 words you say every time are clear, and then it goes.
Hey, God,
I said.
Anyway, so
Hammer.
go ahead, keep going.
Anyway, I just think it's a bad play. He's the ruler here. He's here. We just tried to kill him. Everybody praises to him and prays to him and I don't know, pays him homage. I ain't cool with that.
Well, I don't know. I can't per se sure that he's here. I've talked to Skin Piercer. He can't detect him here. He can't feel his presence.
Well, we can't detect our parents either. So, I mean, these parents, or maybe it's. I wonder if my brother was trying to contact our mother, but since this isn't it, it didn't work because we're somewhere else. I bet you that's what happened.
And it's not your mother.
Right. So that wouldn't be. That's why he couldn't contact her, and we may literally be out of range.
But here's
Great.
how do they know where to stop that cart to call us out of the woods?
That's not. They'd have to be. I don't know. That shouldn't have happened. I don't know. I'm not a communication professional here. That's my brother.
He went through a portal of pursuit, so if we come out somewhere, he would know because it's his portal.
Yeah, I understand the reasoning there, but I mean, dude, I don't have all the answers. I just think staying here for 6 months is a problem. That's more or less what I wanted to talk to everybody about. 8 days in that direction, and I point to the direction. 8 days walk in that direction is where the last item we're looking for is. In the hands of who knows? I don't know.
The ghost of vine appears and then disappears.
What?
When Chris gets here, if we get 3 more, we'll look like the Brady Bunch.
Chris was on for like 2 seconds and then went away.
Not even
Was
two.
Yeah,
I didn't see him.
that's
Exactly.
because he's a ghost.
But anyway, I mean, I just think it's a bad place to take a break, and you know,
Have we killed anything here yet?
do it what again?
Have we killed anything here?
2 giants.
And their remains look
The remains look what?
and finding mechanical parts.
No, they seem to be flesh and bone giants.
Well, if they're in the pursuit, then perhaps they would.
We don't know. I'm guessing. That guy with the tentacles, who we know is made by Pursuit, and obviously answers to Pursuit, was watching from a distance. I kind of think that's why I was thinking he might have been controlling them. I don't know, though. I have no clue. I don't even know if that's a thing. But yeah, for 2 of them to show up out of nowhere, weird, but I don't know. I'm uneasy here.
Can I have the eye back?
I thought I had given it to you, but yeah, if I have it still, I give it to you. I don't need that to see the book, do I? Or do I?
No, that was just for the illusory script.
Okay. I think I'd give it back to you, but either way, you have it now.
Okay. I take the eye and I use it to look around.
You use it to look around? Make a perception check.
Is that 20 or 30?
That would be a D30 plus your intelligence.
$23, 14.
How much?
39. 23 and 14. So 39.
Okay, so you say, hey, can I have the eye back? And Zero reaches around in his pouch and is like, oh, hands you back the eye. You hold it out and you think about something for a second. And right as you do that, you see you see everything appears the same, but you need to make me an observation check to see if you notice anything different.
That'd be 26.
Okay. So, you're momentarily distracted by Ein coming up the road. But then you notice that trailing Ein is something that I can only describe.
I didn't roll a 1.
Who did?
So basically, Chris, you and Father Garrett came back from the field, and everybody's back, and it's going to take them till lunchtime to make the food. So I said, well, hey, let's go to town, and I can show everybody else the town and where things are. That was a ruse to get everybody out of the house to get together for a little meeting. And Cobb rolled a dice for you and said, no, I think I'm going to stay here with Mom, so you didn't go. And that's where we're at. We're just down the road from the house, having a little meeting.
Okay.
Okay, so only Waldorf sees this.
That's going to be Mom, ain't it? Motherfucker.
Oh, okay. Good.
And it's kind of floating along, but it's smaller than the ones that you remember from the past. It's about half the size. So, and it's just kind of following along. Apparently, just, it's not doing anything else. It's not touching him. All of you notice Waldorf looking at him.
What the fuck is that behind?
Behind Ein. I look in the direction he's pointing. I see Ein. Do I see anybody else? No?
Nope.
I've seen it before. Remember? We
I don't see anything, Waldorf. Settle down. I don't see anything. You're fine.
hanging out a bit. You remember?
I don't see anything. I just see my brother.
Do you need some sleep?
He is so excited. He is going between Ganami and common, and it's very hard to understand. And that's how we're going to explain the shitty internet connection.
What are you talking about, Waldorf?
Dude, there's something hiding behind him.
I don't see anything.
Yeah.
God, he was talking, and the next thing he's got that jug open. What's coffee?
In the suit later, there was this like head with 10.
I don't see anything. How do you see it?
I think the eye's letting me see it.
How do you do it? Show me.
All right, just kind of hold the eye like this, and then
I do.
then look from behind the eye.
I do. I look at my brother through the eye. What do I see?
Make me a perception check, please.
A 28 plus 14. So, what, 42 again?
Okay. Yeah, you see what I should. That thing.
Real quick and look, and I don't see it, right? Correct? I move the eye out. I don't look through the eye, and I don't see it. Only looking through the eye.
Apparently, if you're not using the eye, you can't see it.
I turn around and look at Garrett and everybody. I'm like, oh shit, he's right. There's some. It's one of those brain creatures with all those tentacles that we fought in the catacombs and in Versuit's place. It's invisible. I can see it through this magic eye, Versuit's eye, but it's following my brother.
Skin piercer, do you see anything?
I see nothing.
This place is. We gotta get out of this place. Let's all play dumb. Let's all play dumb and call my brother over, discuss whatever with him, and then let's play dumb. So this thing, it might be eavesdropping.
It might be what's in for it.
Well, that could be too. More to the point, and we can't see it. I mean, it might not just be invisible. I mean, let's play dumb.
So
Here,
I you go join
I'll give you the eye.
Okay.
Ein, do you join your companions?
Yes.
All right. He walks over, and that thing remains. Do you keep the eye up at all times, or where is it?
I give it back to Walpole.
He gave it to me, and I put it.
I'm assuming you put it away.
That's what he said.
Okay. Yeah, you're
I-
on that you're on that 1.5 megabit internet, Dan.
It ain't even megabyte.
So now all five of you are together for the first time in a while.
That's true. Extreme close-up.
Being a bastard, eh? All right. You guys wish to discuss anything further, or are you going to go back home, or what are you going to do?
Well, he just walked up to us, and you switched to put us on the map. So let us
So
talk
what's
to
going
him.
on?
Hey, decided to join us, did you?
Yeah, just I don't know. I was feeling a little bit out. Needed a moment to catch up.
Yeah, I was just showing everybody some of the town.
Yeah. I
So,
kind of figured.
Hey, Gary, are you,
Go ahead.
are you still hurt, Gary?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
That's why I was asking to see if we got to check out their healers here in town.
Last night they were talking about that.
I meant for I think to help out with that. Are you ready to receive my blessings?
I can hardly hear you, Dan.
Are you ready to receive? Here, is that better?
Yes.
Okay. Are you ready to receive my blessings?
Wow, that was actually quite clear.
Yes.
Alrighty. Yeah. I'm here to figure out where people at. Alright, so fearless bird. And that's left your shoulder ball. Left, right? Your shoulder got all fucked up?
I got hit in the shoulder and I got several other places.
Yeah, but you took like some terrible wound to the shoulder, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so. Alright, I'm trying to. Oh. You there, Cab?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So, I had changed out my one spell on my second level, and then for my second one on third level, I took this one.
Okay. Go ahead.
I'm trying to. Oh, okay.
As you all are standing there, looking about, sounds of the forest are completely normal. There's cracks and pops of things moving in the trees, and occasionally there's a rustle of leaves or long grasses that, as the wind blows, the scent of honeysuckle in the air, and the whistling of birds off to your left and right, as if you're in the opening scene of Bambi.
Kind of reminds me of home.
Yeah, you know what? I forgot. You need to make an intelligence check for me.
That's a 20, right?
A D20 plus your intelligence.
22.
22. Yeah, you know, this definitely reminds you of Newstone. As a matter of fact, this particular road kind of reminds you of the way you came in from the north and traveled south to the fair. you remember crossing a stream with a stone bridge and a mill, and you're like, yeah, that was definitely there. Now the weird stuff that Waldor and Zero have been saying about some little creature behind, that definitely wasn't there, but. So, Waldor, are you casting spells, or what are you doing?
So, I walk over to Garrett, and I call on the powers of life and death. Which has been mostly destroyed. And I tap my holy symbol on his shoulder where he took that critical hit. And I cast injury. And he took 11 hit points back. The other, so I roll back for you.
The tiny fuzzy.
Thank you.
The tiny fuzzy white-haired creature in front of you, Garrett, starts to talk in a language that you've heard before, and a few of the words you even understand. But as he continues to speak and make motions with his hands, you start to notice that there are traces as if he is pulling or projecting magic in front of him as if on a whiteboard. And as he places his holy symbol on your wounded shoulder, you feel the cold, numbing touch, forsooth, that had been lingering become overtaken with the warmth of healing.
I didn't cast that one. I cast Repair.
Yeah?
That won't do. Restore Strength is the one that I'm casting next that will do that.
That's okay. Just let me go ahead and tell the story, Dan.
Alright.
So, as the warmth of the healing starts to push away the coldness of this otherworldly, unimaginable entity that you actually were touched by, you get a feeling as if there are two parts in your shoulder that start to come together, and the coldness kind of starts to travel down your arm before it fades at the elbow, and you miraculously start to move your shoulder, and you feel no pain, and the injury apparently has been removed.
That's the difference.
Alright. And you still have that. You still have that coldness of
Dan, we can't hear you. You're breaking up.
Garrett, you still have that coldness of touch, right? Like beating the pill from him.
I can understand the word.
Do you have some other kind of noise in the background? Like, do you have a fan or some other white noise thing? Because it seems like every time you talk, you cut out.
Here, let me try closing the door. I shouldn't have anything.
Just get a little closer to the camera.
Hey, Cobb, I'm not trying to interrupt, but I put that extra box of pancake mix up there. I'm not going to use it, so use it for the boys or whatever.
All right, great, thanks.
You're welcome.
Good interrupting you.
Okay, so
Is that better? Can you hear me better now?
So far.
so far,
All right, so Garrett, do you still have that like cold numbness from when Pursuit touched you, like a physical weakness or anything left over from it?
I'm not sure. DM?
you feel like the whatever effect that Forsooth placed upon you has been removed.
Then, no, I'm not feeling that effect anymore.
All right, well, then I will save this out of in case.
What do you want, a fucking chip? What are you doing?
I'm trying to wrap it up better. There we go. And it kept sliding. So, all right, there we go. Okay. All right, well, I'll save that spell.
All right, so
Much appreciated. Thank you.
So, what's been talked about?
I actually was informing them about your wish to stay here for 6 months to a year or whatever to do that advanced research you were going to do for something that you really felt that this was a good safe harbor to do that in, and that I disagreed.
I was happy doing it last time, but nobody else wanted to stay. I'm happy doing it whenever, wherever, as long as it's soon. All I'm saying is,
Well, what do you mean by soon? We're 8 days travel from this next weapon.
yeah, until we're going to spend another month or two trying to get through whatever we have to get through.
We really don't know if it's not going to be just an 8-day travel and then we're done, you know? I mean,
When has it ever been one?
that's true, but I'm just saying we don't know. We don't know how long it's going to take. We didn't know we were going to be over a year at the last place. That was kind of a drag.
Yeah, I know. And if I could have done it then, I would have.
What are the
But
rest
I
of,
can't.
okay, let's just, if you take the time you need to do this, what are the rest of us supposed to do?
Well, for instance, you could probably get accustomed with Heart Needle. That would be a good practice. You can learn how to what everything it does. As for the rest of you guys, I don't know. If there's something you need to work on, you can work on it. We can try and,
We're
you
gonna
know, not necessarily improve on everything that's going on around, but
Well,
just,
we're going to end up getting another guy and getting pregnant again and have this child. Well, we can't leave her to her own ends. She'll have
I
a whole
agree.
more kids following her.
I still
be. He's
have
gonna build her own army.
she will.
Hey, look, don't be unveiling my plans before they even happen.
Waldor ended up being a priest of something here. Garrett will end up being the sheriff's understudy here.
Yeah.
So y'all happy following the master pursuit while we wait for Ian to crack a book for 6 months or whatever? Is it, how long is it? Is it 6 months or more or what?
It's going to be slightly longer than 6 months if everything goes. By slightly longer, I mean a couple weeks. More than 6 months. If everything goes the way it needs to go, which it should.
Well, what? Okay, so there's a chance that something might not
There's
go
a
the way.
chance.
What happens if it
There's a
doesn't
chance
go
it takes
the way?
longer.
Like
It just
what?
takes longer.
Okay, let me ask you a
A
question.
week, couple weeks.
Let's do a what if. What if we run into the same situation as we did last time, where there's a gang working out of a bar that's corrupt and needs to be removed, and we somehow get entangled with that? Are you there? Are you studying?
I'm not going to be there.
Hey, Garrett.
I will not be a part of anything during this time.
Hey, Garrett.
Yes.
Keep talking about stuff like this for a minute. I'm going to whisper something in my brother's ear. I lean over to my brother and I say, contact me so we can have a private conversation, please. Garrett, please continue.
So I know after talking with your father that we don't have to worry about the undead. They're not hanging out here. There's no class like that. Thankfully, there's no more vampires. But I guarantee you there's going to be something else.
There already is.
There's
And
something else.
I say that, and at the same time as I say there already is,
Well,
I
the tentacle
kind of do this
creature-
motion. I kind of roll my finger, like to keep going, and then I use the power, activate a power.
You know, you got that tentacle creature. You got giants coming out almost into the city. Where's the militia at? I've not seen one person from the militia here.
There is no militia. You don't need a
Newstone has a militia.
Well, this ain't new. This isn't our new stuff.
I know, but what I'm saying.
Apparently they're all fighting something, Garrett. If you were not listening to my father and my mother, apparently they're all fighting something. Because that's where they think you're from. You're from the front lines, wherever that's at. Fighting something.
But that's okay.
Hey, how far the front lines are away? And is that how
I have no idea.
the weapon is?
That's probably gonna
I have
be
no
the
idea.
problem, is we probably got to cross the front lines to get from here to where we need to be.
Probably.
8 days away.
Probably.
Come on,
That's, it
cast
seems
your
logical.
Cast your ability. That's instant. Should happen.
Yeah. Cobb, I'm using contact on my brother.
Mike's up.
I rolled a 7, I'm successful. And in the next round, I activate Mind Link. I rolled an 11, that's also successful. And now, this conversation between Sean and I are just taking places in our heads, and y'all don't hear it. Alright, what do you want to talk about?
Standing behind you is a brain with tentacles dropping down from it, very similar to the ones we fought in the catacombs of Versus, the area where we came from. You can't. It's a little smaller, but you can't see it unless you look through Versus' eye. I don't know if it's spine or whatever, so I didn't want to tell you it's there in front of everybody. And I'm not entirely sure that we could even affect it. And
I
also,
understand.
when you said you tried to contact Mom and it failed, it didn't work, you know, that's probably because she ain't our mom. And our mom might be out of contact range based
I
on
don't think
where the hell
that's
we are.
not the type. It's not what it was about. It's not that it still used ability. It still like used everything, but it just didn't connect. It's something different. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But
Well,
even then,
I thought I had. But anyway,
the idea was I was homing in on the same aura or the same mind that it contacted us.
okay.
That was what I was trying to do. And
Anyway.
it didn't work.
That beast is just kind of hovering a little bit behind you there, or at least that's where it was when we last
All
looked.
right. I'll
It follows,
try to
it follows you up the road, by the way. So just
All right.
another minion of Versus. that we
Keeping an
fought.
eye on us. It's keeping an eye on us.
Yeah, that's why. Be careful what you say. But that's a good point. That's a good point, Garrett.
Am I over? And inside your head, we done?
Yeah.
I ceased maintaining. How long was that, Cobb?
3.
All right, thank you. Go ahead, Sean.
I'm just standing there thinking to myself, I guess.
Shall we continue on to the town?
Yeah, if you want to. Might as well see what else is strange.
Well, all right.
Hey, Cobb,
Yes.
I'm going to stay behind I'm as we walk. And I'm going to kind of stay a decent distance back, like 12, 15 feet, somewhere in there. And I'm going to try to use that eye to kind of keep an eye on the surroundings.
Okay.
I'm not going to look directly at mine. If I see that creature, I'm not going to look directly at it. I'm just going to kind of scan the surroundings constantly with it, though.
All right. So, is there any particular besides that? You said you're going to stay behind Ein.
I'll lead so I can show people as we're walking down the road what's what.
Okay. You guys can be in whatever formation you would like.
Hey, Cobb, I can't hardly see the characters. Yeah, that's much better.
What's up? I point out the things that I know what they are, and the things that I don't. I make mention of the things that I don't know what they are.
Okay. Is that okay? Is everyone happy with where they are?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. So,
I will turn and look off and on as well.
Waldo is back here by himself. He sees this thing just floating along, minding its own business.
Does it ever turn and look at me?
No, not that you see.
Okay.
Maybe it does so fast that you can't tell.
Okay, but it seems to be just interested in I.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So, as you're walking along the road, you can see some distance ahead that the road continues on, but it also splits left and right, and it opens up into a large clearing. And you know that if you go left, you're probably going to go to the abandoned noble's house, supposedly haunted, but not really. That's just where young people go to make out. If you were to go right, you would be going to the actual, like, supposed new noble's place this way. And if you were to go straight, you would continue on to the market and the only 2 inns and bars in Newstone, so it's kind of the, for lack of a better term, urban center. So, any particular way you want to go?
I'm gonna take them in a circle around, and then come back. It's not a.
All right, so you're gonna go past the supposed haunted house, or go?
Sure.
Okay.
Hey, Cobb, is this town set up as I remember Newstone was set up?
No, this part you don't remember, because the Lord of Newstone that when you guys went to go visit them, they were kind of set up on a hill. And you haven't really come across any higher points yet.
Hey, Cobb, if anything looks different, let me know, because I'll mention that it's not. Like, if the haunted house doesn't look like a haunted house anymore, let me know, and I'll let them know that.
Okay.
Well, that's not the way it used to work. Stuff like that.
As you are walking past this edge here and getting ready to go, all of you, without rolling, hear this.
What the fuck is that?
What the hell?
You guys like go and investigate, or what do you do?
Which way is it coming from?
This way.
Does it sound like a person or a trumpet or an instrument or?
Sounds like a monster poorly humming.
Sounds
Chainsaw.
like it sounds just like what I did.
But yeah, sure, we'll investigate. Why not? Gary, you got a problem with that?
Okay. No. Does anyone do anything before you go around the corner?
Hey, do you want?
I'm always ready.
Hey, do you guys want me to sneak up and like hide and see if I can see what's going on, making the noise?
No.
No, I want you to keep doing
Why not
what
just
you're
walk
doing.
right up to the door?
Okay.
All right. So it sounds like you guys are just going to kind of walk towards the haunted house.
Yeah.
Okie
Now,
dokie.
Cobb, I don't remember ever hear a noise near the house, right?
No, it's a fake. It's not really a haunted house. It's just.
I know, I'm just making sure I never heard that noise before there. Okay.
Okay, so you guys come around the corner.
It's like watching a real version of an early South Park episode.
And that's what you see.
Where's the house at? The mansion.
Like somewhere past him.
So much further away than he is.
Oh, I can't even see him.
Neither
Well,
can
why
I.
can't you see him? He's on my screen.
Not on mine.
Yeah, he's
Can't see
not
it.
there.
Wow.
I see him. Are you guys in landscape?
I even see beyond him. I see more space.
On a
I
phone.
can only see like that tape or something.
Table.
Well, I will show
Yeah.
you for that. I will show you exactly what this thing is, right?
Oh, okay, it's a club. Okay, all right. I can only see the end of the club. That's all I can see.
Oh, that's what you thought it was, the table or something. Okay.
Yeah, it looked like there was like some legs or something sitting on.
So it's the Incredible Hulk holding a club.
And I think he's groaning because he's getting some.
Oh,
He's stroking his club. Oh man, he might be.
that's some giant hooks on the end of that, dude. He
He's
needs to get
getting
that.
it.
He needs
Oh, well, no wonder he's moving. He's got two spikes stuck in his thing.
Hey, people pierce all sorts of things.
All right.
Let's throw it out
Since
of
you
that.
guys were not approaching stealthily or cautiously or whatever, no one is surprised. And he kind of blinks and looks at you all, and you're there.
I say hi.
He just blinks again, and his mouth opens up, and he goes, "Ah! Ah!
Hey, Cobb, I'd like to use the power.
Okay.
I'd feel the same way, buddy, if I was stuck like that.
I would like to use contact on this guy.
Hey, Volmer, sing. I think he's singing. Sing to him.
I'll roll and see how low I can get.
Ain't gonna hurt.
I rolled a 5, so it hits everything inside my categories.
Okay. You've contacted this entity.
How much PSPs am I using?
How many PSBs?
Yeah.
I will tell you.
All right.
I will tell you. I will tell you. Oh, nice. Oh, nice.
Easy, Bob Barker.
What's the what are the ranges? Do you have that card in front of you by any chance?
I'm almost there.
Well, I'm almost there too. Okay.
All right, I got it.
13 PS. Well, initial cost. Yeah, 13.
All right. And in the next round, I would like to initiate Mind Link. So I'm going to roll for that.
Okay, is anyone else doing anything?
Nope. It didn't immediately charge us like it was in a pissed off mood, so I'm not as worried.
I rolled an 8 for my power score, or for my roll, and that's plenty good.
Okay.
So you start the counter. Hi. What's going on?
Hold on.
All right.
Okay, so you go hi, and it goes. Huh?
Keep in mind that Mind Link, there is no...
Yes.
Okay. Is there a problem? You okay?
Everything good.
Are we in your way?
Not that I know of. But you tell me.
No, we heard some noises and we were coming to investigate. Making
Yes.
sure everybody was okay.
Nog Singh. Nog Singh him.
Okay. Well, we'll be moving on our way then.
You like?
Oh, yes. I definitely like.
And then he goes, ah! Ah! And then he gets this huge grin on his face, and in your mind
I start
you hear,
clapping.
You hear, not good.
I start clapping.
Ah!
I start clapping too, because I don't know what my brother's doing, but I'm falling asleep.
Are we supposed to clap right now?
Things
I
like
nod.
deer on the shield.
He goes,
Alrighty, well, we're just gonna leave you.
ah, not good. Not good. Big meal tonight. Ah, 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 ah. And then he says, huh?
Alright, well, we're gonna go ahead and leave you be then. And I If I wait like a couple of seconds, and if nothing comes, if he doesn't say anything, then I end mind link. But I will maintain contact.
Okay. So,
How many rounds?
3.
All right. And so I say to my group, I say, hey, so he's just kind of showing off his skills. We should get out of here.
I thought he might have been singing.
Okay.
I continue on past him, Kyle.
Waldor?
Yes. Well,
Smile and pass.
You, so you guys are all walking past this thing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Waldor, as you
Yeah.
walk past with everyone else, you notice that behind this creature,
yes.
Turn your camera, cop. There you go.
Holy shit. Judge Waldor?
he's the one with the eye.
What?
I see just the creature behind him.
Yeah, it looks very similar to the one that's following Ein.
Oh, so not that whole army that's behind him? That's what I thought you were showing him. Holy
No, that's
crap.
that's you guys.
Yeah, I was like, holy shit.
I know.
No, we just got to the edge of the map, guys.
No, he's some shit that we can't see.
Yeah, I was like,
Okay. So, Ein, how much does it cost to maintain contact?
1 per round. And basically, I'm waiting till we're clear past him, then I drop it.
Okay.
So, like, once when we're clear past and it's obvious he's not attacking us, and then I drop it.
Okay. Just another round then.
All right.
Okay. And then you guys continue on the path until
Yeah. Yes, I do. I lead them to that.
it comes to the old noble's house.
Okay, everything looked the same there?
It looks like it has, like someone has attempted to damage the lower floor for some unknown reason. It's like there's like someone took a hatchet or an axe and tried to cut a hole in the wall, and may or may not have succeeded depending upon how big they were or something like that.
Wow.
There's also an upper floor. The windows, a couple of them are like the shutters have blown open, and there's tattered curtains flapping in the breeze in the darkened interiors. The house itself is about 60 or 70 feet across, and the second floor kind of is slightly bigger than the bottom floor, giving the bottom a kind of like if it was raining, you'd have a little bit of space to stand against the wall and get out of the rain.
I got it.
You just you walk past that, or do you want to look around?
I don't necessarily suggest we check this place out. I mean, I think something's living in there, but it's none of our business, really. I proceed to walk away from it, so I don't know who's following me.
Yep. I'm just following.
Waldo, roll me a D10.
9.
9, okay. I would like all of you to make a perception check, please. Waldor, roll your observation.
Hey.
And I will ask for numbers in the order of my screen here. So we will start at the top left with Garrett.
37.
That's a success. Ein.
19.
That is a failure. Fulmir.
28.
Close but no cigar. Waldor.
16 and 14 is... Yeah, 14, so...
28. That's a success. And
Wait,
0.
14 ain't 28. It's 31, right? 17 and 14?
Is 31, yes. I heard 14 plus 14, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. 0.
34.
34. Okay. So, those of you that were successful, you noticed that there was movement on the roof, but none of you rolled a 40 or more. And in Waldor's case, Waldor, you did get a 31. So you noticed that it looked like possibly like a maybe a tentacle or a vine or something of that nature. Possibly one of those or the same creature that you've encountered before.
Hey, I'm gonna go up to Garrett. Hey, Garrett.
Yes.
See, there's something behind that giant again, and there's definitely something up on that.
Yeah, I noticed something, but I couldn't tell what it was.
Yeah, it looked like a vine or tentacle or something, dude. This whole place has to be filled with.
That's my thought.
What are you two mumbling about?
He's seen something moving up on top of the roof. I kind of seen something up there too, but I didn't see what it was.
What did it look like? I didn't see anything.
I caught a glimpse of something moving, but not enough to describe it. Like I said, there's probably something living there, and we don't need to mess with it.
Well, this is the noble's house, right?
It's the abandoned noble's house that we used to call the haunted house because it was always haunted. It's not. There's nobody living here that we give a shit about.
There probably is. I can tell you probably exactly who.
Who do you think?
So you know how? Do you know? Well, what did you see? What did everybody see?
I told you, I seen a glimpse of something move. I didn't get enough of a view of it to tell you what it was. I couldn't even tell you it was human.
Did anybody?
Yeah, I seen it. It was like a tentacle,
Like a tentacle?
Narrows it down to a couple different things we've recently run into.
Yeah, and it is one of them. I can tell you exactly what it is. You know how Mom was saying that the creatures that was after her that we tried to kill, that you shot, they are the nobles of the area now. They are the noble people. So if this is the noble's house, it's probably
You mean
what it
the
was.
guy that I shot at? That the one out by the river?
Yes, they are the nobles here. They are noble people. So
How do you know
it's
that?
probably their house. Because that's what Mom said.
What did she call them? That she called them noble people.
She called them nobles because she said, oh, the nobles have been after us because we didn't give our share of the crop. So they've been after us, trying to get us to
You
share.
see that technical thing is a noble because we ran into it on the road.
And she was saying that he's been following them for a while. That's what she said, that he has been following to collect. And so, again, he's probably the noble. This is where he lives.
Well, just to throw something out there, when we were approaching town with the carriage, he was already in town, and he didn't attack us, approach us, or anything. I shot at him because it was one of the creatures we fought in the last one, not knowing all the other crap we now know.
That they're nobles.
But I don't know that necessarily makes that the noble. I mean, I don't know.
Their
I guess it could be. Let's just say, yeah, you could be right. But why
According to Mom, they are.
Why would it live in this rundown, beaten up thing if Versuit is running the town and all the kingdom? Why would it run?
Here's the problem I see already. We messed with one of them is by killing one of the undead like we did last time.
Yeah. Yeah, wonderful way they tricked us into doing that again, huh?
Right.
Right.
Yeah, fucking knows I'm right.
Shoot first, ask questions later. Yeah.
And it was just standing around the road and not necessarily did anything to us.
Well,
I really think it's time to go. Those are probably the local militia, the fucking little tentacle things flying around. What the hell do you want? You go lay down. Go. Go.
Who's that guy? Get him!
Who's that guy? I don't know. Shoot it.
All right, you guys keep going. You guys leave the scene.
I think it's good.
Yep.
I'm not interested in finishing off the possible noble.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to keep my head on a swivel.
All right. So you continue on. You continue on in the road. Nice. I would like roll me a d12. Yeah. Oh, that still counts.
It's a 1, yeah. It's a 1.
All right. I need all of you to make charisma checks, please. And this time we will start in the lower right and go counterclockwise. So Vomir,
9.
that's a success. Waldor,
28.
that's a success. 0.
What are you looking at? Do you keep saying that? Because I ended up being the last one last time, so shouldn't I have been the first one this time?
He's looking at his screen. No, he's looking at his screen. It's different each screen.
But I was on the last one, and he started from the other end to actually be the first one. That's why I'm confused. Anyway, I have, what I get? It was like a 32 or something. It was way high. I forget what the fuck. 32, 33, something like that.
Garrett,
23.
that's a success. I'm
26.
All right, you all passed your charisma check. So
Something told me it's been good.
So you get this.
You each get attacked.
You each get your butt wiped with this land has toilet paper.
Nice. That's what I wanted.
Okay. So you went that way. Waldor is following. All right. You see another clearing, and in this clearing, you see that.
When stuff's not moving on the screen,
Is that a
it gets
shell can?
clear. When it moves, it's blurry.
Is that a Shelly?
It looks like a Shelly.
It looks like a Shelly, but it's a little fuzzy.
He's got in his hand.
You are 25 feet away.
Might talk to it. I do the same thing I did last time. I do the hand motion. Hi!
It blinks and looks.
I keep walking. Wherever we were going, I continue on that way. If it's past it, I walk past it.
You just go on past it.
Yeah.
What's everyone else do?
I'll move up past it.
I'll move past it, I guess.
I'm looking at it with the eye.
I move. I'm going.
So no one bothers to interact with the creature.
I'm
Very good.
looking at it with the eye. Do I see anything different? Or?
You do not.
I'm gonna try speaking to it in Ganami.
Okay, you are left behind by yourself.
Well, I'm walking with them, but I'm just gonna say a few words when I walk past it.
Okay. What do you say?
Hey, Shelly, how's it been?
Make a charisma check.
Hey, how's pursuit?
Make a charisma check there, Waldor.
That is a 21, or sorry, 23.
Okay.
9 and 14, 3.
It beckons you. Says it goes like this.
Hey guys, wait up! I think it understands the economy.
I stop and look at him.
I stop.
Yep.
Yep.
Hey, come on back. It's wanting us to come over and talk, I guess.
Sure. I'll approach it.
So what do you guys want to, or what do you want to say there, Shelly?
How close do you guys get?
I'm staying where I'm at.
I'm not moving.
I'll walk up to put me 2 squares from it.
That's it, huh?
How you doing there, buddy? Everything okay?
Okay. reaches out. It has this like leaf thing in
Yeah.
its hand.
I stick my hand out to take it from it if it's handing it to me.
It holds it out like that.
I step forward to take it.
All right. You step forward to take it.
Yeah, and what happens next?
Nothing. You take it.
I say thank you. What happened to it? Did it disappear? Oh.
And it looks at you.
Can you speak?
It blinks its eyes.
Okay. We're gonna go then, all right?
It turns and begins to walk away.
I go back to the rest, and when I get to where everybody else is, I look at whatever it says.
Okay.
What the hell is that?
It looks like what was just some kind of like a crystalline, thin, green frond.
Frond?
Which is a long, thin plant leaf. But now it looks like Ein's friend.
Oh, God. I mean,
I hold out my hand.
To me,
I
does it
hold out
look
my hand.
similar, or does it look exactly like it?
It looks like John.
I hold out my hand. Brother,
What?
may I please have John?
What?
Please hand me John.
Who is that John?
I hand it to you.
I grab it.
Okay, hold on. We're going to have to pause there for a second. I hear a weird noise coming from the basement. If you got to go wee-wee, now would be a good time.
Wee! Wee! Wee!
Maxwell! Maxwell! We're here. Oh, thanks, Mrs. S.
Okay, all my tech nerd friends. What's it mean when my iPhone says no SIM?
I
No
mean,
what?
SIM card's not,
Oh,
SIM
yeah, no
card
SIM.
loose or missing.
I got a case. How can it go missing?
Well, it might be loose, I said. I don't know. I'm not looking at your phone. I'm telling you what it might be.
Yeah, I can't.
That's not the point. You're going to have to take the case out, open the battery compartment, look for the SIM chip, and see if it's loose or dirty or something interfering with the contact of the SIM.
It's not something we can really fix over the.
It's either dirty or it's missing. It's one of the two.
Yeah.
If it's in the case, it's not going to be broken.
And putting it back in.
Yeah, take it out, blow it off, put it back in. It should be fine. If it's not, you have to go to your phone store.
I don't even know how to get my damn case out.
Oh my God.
Sean, is it really that surprising?
Go to the corner, any corner, and bend it like you're bending the case off of the end. It'll pop right off. It won't break.
Snap.
Doggone, this thing's small.
What is?
The SIM chip?
No,
Yeah.
no.
No, the what?
Whose phone is it?
Mine.
Oh, yeah, without the case? Oh, yeah. They're super small.
Where's the SIM card at?
You gotta take
It'll
the battery
be
out.
somewhere on the edge, or
It
you have to take
depends on
the
the
entire
phone.
battery.
Depends on what phone it is. If you've got a battery compartment you can open, it'll be under the battery. If you don't have a battery compartment you can open, because some of them are sealed now, then around the edge, like he was saying, there'll be a little like a little slit that it'll pop out. Sometimes you need the tool.
Oh. Sometimes you need the tool. I was just gonna say.
It depends on the
Which
model.
is-
You know what model it is?
Yeah.
Mate,
We,
What, Galaxy 8?
iPhone.
I don't know about the iPhone, so I can't really help you on that.
yeah, I'm not. iPhone also makes it to where you have to take it to a store usually, because they're bastards like that.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. You probably can't do anything yourself with it.
Truth be told,
Just get a really thin paper clip.
hold on. I'm looking it up.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like iPhones. I don't know anything
Yeah,
about
okay, so
Oh,
it
your
should be on the side with the one big button, not the three small ones.
Okay.
There should be a little tiny hole.
Yeah.
And there should be, do you see the tiny hole and it looks like a little kind of rectangle around it? Alright, that's where your SIM card is at. You need to get a paper clip or something with a really fine tip that can go inside that hole.
Not a pencil, what?
Not a pencil. It has to be smaller. It needs to be like a paper clip or
It has to
smaller.
be harder. It has to be harder. You want to snap anything off there.
Yeah, true.
Like a thumbtack, a pin or something, or a needle, or something like that. Unless you got a small paper clip, that'll work if it's small.
Yeah. And then...
Oh, that's too big.
You stick an ice pick right in that hole, and then you hit the other one with a hammer, and it'll widen.
Oh yeah, totally. Just...
It'll open it right up.
What about a toothpick?
Maybe.
If it's small
Maybe.
enough, it might work.
It's
They
possible.
usually get,
I mean,
they usually get
you
pretty
gotta
big
see what goes inside the
toothpicks
hole.
on it, so hard to say.
Yeah. I mean, quite frankly, you just gotta see what fits in the hole and get it in there.
That's what she said.
A straight pin or a small.
So, Balmer or Destiny, are you real busy at work? You get a lot of curbside.
Mainly just depends on the day.
Do you have restricted hours too, or what are your hours there? Do you even serve a breakfast, or?
Well, right now, through all this shit, we're doing
Maybe a small pin, like a really small pin.
open 12 to 8 for deliveries, and then till 10 for curbside.
Oh, okay.
And they got real good food.
Yeah, I'm never out there, especially. I mean, I don't know. Maybe one day if we start gaming again together, I might stop by there on my way to Cops.
Alrighty.
Alrighty there.
So you guys were in the middle of
Talking
possibly,
about.
having John there.
Yeah.
Ian is so happy to
Oh.
see his old friend.
I was.
for some reason.
I had something. After I handed it to him, I wanted to say something. I look at Garrett and say, "Can you ask Skin Piercer if that's actually John, or if that's something he can even see or notice?"
What?
God.
He thinks that's John. Remember John, the twig?
He thinks what's John?
That thing I just handed him. It does look like
I hold
John.
it up. John.
Can't you tell he's getting a boner?
I'd like to use a power.
You need to be alone for a little while.
I'd like to use a match.
Okay.
It's that it's crystalline, right?
No, it's John.
Oh, it's John John?
Yeah.
Okay.
It apparently changed.
Okay.
Yes, it did.
I would like to use contact.
Okay.
And I'm picturing John.
Oh,
I rolled an 8, which that should get even to plants.
Does it?
Yes.
Okay. You have contacted John.
I'd like to use a power. Mind link.
Roll your activation.
I rolled a 3.
Natural 20. May not contact this. Oh.
I rolled a 3.
Okay.
And I real loud inside my head, John!
Hello,
Found
Arnie.
you!
It has been some time.
I have found you! You're still alive!
I am still alive, and so are you.
Yeah. Oh my god. I haven't seen you. I'm so happy. How have you been?
I have been here, waiting.
For who? Or what?
For you.
I'm so happy to hear that. I was trying to, give you the rest that you wanted.
And you did. And I thank you.
I
But
thought it was a
I've
good
rested
thing.
long enough. I'm here to show you the way.
I am ready.
Then
What is the way?
look upon me.
I look at him.
Do you see the way?
Does anybody else have the feeling he's conversing with this thing or talking to himself?
How loud I say I am. I don't see it yet.
He looks
What am
so
I looking
happy
for?
staring at this thing.
It is because you are looking at this from the wrong side, Hein.
I flip it. Towards all angles.
Ein. All paths lead to your destiny. How many paths do you see?
6.
But where do they go?
To the one central one? To the...
You are getting closer, Ein. Where do they go? Look not outward. Look inward.
Glad the giant
They all-
French right?
They all lead to me.
No. Come now. Do you really think in the grand scheme of things,
No.
you
I'm nothing
are
in the grand
key?
scheme of things.
If you look upon me and you think about where I'm going, look inward and look where I've come from.
You came from the the hill.
You,
I mean,
can you not see the way?
Cobb, I would like to,
By a vowel.
pretty much, I would like to do environment? I rolled a 5, which should be successful. I mean, and my target's John.
Your target is
John.
Okay.
Giant French.
You see a snapshot of the camera scene.
Okay.
And you see a bunch of people standing around you, but everyone's looking at you like you're a fucking weirdo. And you're holding this branch. And you're looking at this branch with love, like you want to kiss it. And everyone else is looking at you like you're a fucking idiot. And that is, you get the smell of the same smell that you smell in real life. And you hear a brief snapshot of the wind rustling through the trees, and your friends going, "What the fuck?"
I say to John, I'm willing, but I'm currently not able. I'm not connecting everything.
What do you have that can make you see?
Environment. The group has an eye. Hey, I snap up. Waldorf. Hey! Can I have the eye real quick?
What?
I have the eye real quick, please. I'm looking for something.
The eye.
Okay, nothing.
John doesn't want the eye. I want the eye,
Nothing
so I can
changes.
see what John sees.
I look at John with the eye before I hand it to him.
It looks like John.
Big John?
Not little John. I hand him the eye.
I take the eye and I look through it at John.
Okay. John appears to look like
Oh my god.
make an intelligence check.
Alright. Big rolls, no whammy, stop! Nat 20!
Roll again.
7. 21. Nat 20 followed by 21.
Okay. You suddenly come to the realization that as you're holding this, you turn it upside down.
That's the divining rhythm.
You see the needles, but you also see what looks to be paths. And at the very top of this path, you see a weird symbol.
It's weird, alright.
Well, can you see that?
You're talking about the, note?
Yes.
Okay.
And these look like the paths through the forest. And you realize that you're in John's forest. And John is showing you the way to that.
I see it now, John.
What will you do when you get there?
Well, depends on what's there.
There are dangers in this forest, Hein. Some are approaching now. And he puts up a defense.
When he puts it up, I go ahead and cease contact and all that. And as soon as I'm done with contact, something's coming. Something's on the way. And I stow John, and I immediately kind of start looking around and getting on a guard stance, and I hand back the eye to Waldor.
Does anyone do anything in this short, brief amount of time? You've said what you're doing, Hein. Anyone else?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm casting the power. Jesus. I just looked at the screen and it's a whole horde of monsters coming.
What power are you doing, Hero?
I'm doing flesh armor.
Well, roll to activate.
I need a Constitution -3, so I need a 15 or lower, but I think I need...
Roll anywhere between 11 and 15, Sean.
I was going to say I need as high as I can, right? I rolled a 15, so that's something different, though.
That's armor class 1. You get +1 to your whatever
There's
it's
a
doing.
+1 bonus to the armor class listed on the reverse side. So what is a 15? 11
Armor
plus
class 1.
plate mail, armor class 3. No, I get a +1 to it, so I'm only an armor class. It says plate mail armor class 3. So I would only have a 2 then if I got +1 to it.
Okay.
Right?
No, you're right. I just thought it said...
Yeah, that's what the card says. So
I thought it was AC2, my bad. No, you're good. I thought it was different.
How about Volmir? Do you do anything before the shit hits the fan?
You ready?
And Cobb, if I can, I'd like to activate a power.
Waldor, no, you did what you said. What you did, you were stowing John away. And,
I understand.
And whenever you're, well, I need you to understand the reason it took your action is because you did this securely and safely, and not just tucked it into your belt.
No, I understand. It's upon stowing. It's stowing is an entire action.
Okay.
I understand.
Waldor, do you do anything before the shit hits the fan?
I'm going to attempt to slide into the shadows quietly. There's trees all around, right? So I'm going to try to slip in behind one of those in the dark.
Okay.
If
so
possible.
You move into the trees and now roll your hide in shadows. And while he looks that up, Garrett, do you do anything before action?
I just think to Skin Piercer, it's killing time.
It thinks, says to you, I'm going to get fat.
Hey, Cobb, I don't know how much time we have, but I want to do something else as well, another power, if there's time.
Well, we're going to declare actions as soon as Waldor rolls his fucking hide in shadows.
Okay. Do we see anything yet?
What, Dan?
I got a 19 out of 25.
Okay. So, you move, you stand still, and you blend into the shadows. Zoop! As far as you know, you are hidden. All right. here. Garrett. Volmir. Does anyone want to be in the front or the rear of anyone else? Besides Waldor. Waldor is over here in the woods.
Do we have any idea which direction this is coming from?
Apparently not.
No. I mean, we don't know which way it's coming from, so huddled in a group like that's probably the best thing to do.
The only thing you know is what Ein said.
Right.
Okay?
Almost huddled back to back probably be the best way to do it, kind of like in a back-to-back circle. We don't know what's going to happen.
Sounds good.
Well, all right. Then that is the way that you're set up there. And there's Waldor, and no one can see him. And a low wind blows through, and it feels almost warm. And it has a weird smell to it. And I need all of you to make perception checks for me.
Oh, there. I'm hot tonight.
28.
That's a no. You need a 31. That is a not. Waldor.
29 plus 14 is what? 43.
Yeah, that's a success. 0.
I rolled a 20, so I have 34.
That is a success. Ein.
32.
Garrett.
26.
26. Okay, so the frontline fighters up here both are like, where is it coming from?
I rolled a 32.
What is that smell?
You're back with me.
And 0 and Waldor, they smell something that almost burns your nostrils.
Lunch is ready. We gotta go.
A acrid, burnt smell that is uncomfortable and distasteful. And then you hear a sound. And with the speed that you wouldn't believe,
A car driven by undead come flying through the herd.
I knew it.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Is that accurate in the color?
sure is. And it turns
God damn
its
it.
serpentine neck and brings it right down to here.
You guys see it now?
And it looks at all of you. And it opens its mouth.
Oh no.
Oh no.
And you start to smell that acrid, horrible, burnt smell. And a low rumbling sound comes out And then you all need to say versus breath weapon.
Oh, we don't get the roll for dish?
Can I move?
Wait, do I do two?
You never let us roll for dish.
Waldor, you're saving +4.
What am I rolling against?
Breath weapon.
Breath weapon.
12.
Beat it or beat it, right?
Correct?
I rolled it, so.
I met it.
Oh, you too? Damn.
Yeah.
All right, we'll start at the top left. Garrett.
17 made by 9.
Ein.
Met it. 13.
Hi, son. Valmir.
Nat 20.
Oh. Roll it again.
Nine.
Okay. Waldor.
21. I needed a 15.
Did you say 21?
How did you get it? Oh, never mind. He has a +4, Cobb.
Yeah, you gave me
Okay.
a +4.
Okay. And
So
0.
17 and 4.
I rolled a 13, which is what I needed on the button.
All right.
So what are you guys fighting then?
What does it look like?
Dragon?
Yeah.
Not an illusionary dragon?
Nope. The hot, acidic breath. You all managed to avoid the worst of it. However, all of you will take half.
Half of
Waldor,
100 is still 50.
Waldor will take half of half because of the cover.
How long did you cook this?
Darn. Yahtzee!
Put a cover on it.
Woohoo!
And then do it for 3 minutes. All right.
Longer than I expected.
All of you take 24 points of damage.
That's the half damage?
Sure is.
Do I only take 12?
Correct?
Motherfucking Locutus.
And
I guess there's a reason we didn't get the roll initiative or anything.
Wait, I can talk to him.
now it's time for actions. So, we'll start with who's up front. Volmir.
I'm gonna use the Angeloche.
You're going to use a magic item.
Yes.
Garrett.
Attack.
0.
Power.
Ein.
Power.
Waldor.
Find more cover.
Urinate.
Cover in front of me, gone.
Okay, the ground here is smoking and there's some bubbling going on because the breath weapon has mixed with the moisture and it's causing a lot of steam. And all of this brush in here is charred and wasting away. And now we will roll initiative, and I would like Garrett to roll a d10.
Come on, boy.
Beat a 7.
6.
Looks like a 6. All right. Anyone on very fast?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Go ahead, Sean.
Who's going first?
Me.
I do Shadow Walk, and I'm going to basically move to the tree canopy behind where Waldor is. I don't know where Waldor is. I'm just telling you for a point of reference. I'm going up in a tree. Actually, I'm just going to. Fine, I'll stay on the ground, but I'm going to go behind the path, like to the edge of your map, I guess.
Over here?
You follow me? No, behind Waldor.
Behind Waldorf.
Put me to the edge of the map, next to the road.
Oh, like here.
Yeah, I want to be able to see it. I want to get further away, but so I'm shadow walking behind the tree.
Okay. Roll your activation.
Not a problem.
All right.
And it's not. It's something I can look and see because I'm facing that way anyway, kind of. So it's tough to.
All right. Nine.
Yes, I am going to attempt to use contact. Focused. The dragon.
Okay.
It's in line of sight, so the life order will be my only modifiers. And I rolled a 15, which I don't think works. Is this is it reptile or monster?
This would be considered monster.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
Okay. Well, that's only half of.
Maximum?
Yeah.
Alright.
All right, and then we go to. Oh, and by the way, just the dragon fig is looking backwards, but it's not. It's looking forward. We go too fast.
Wait, I move on very fast. So I'm moving for more cover. If there's no cover where I'm at.
You can try to run further back in the forest. That's fine. Okay. Anyone else? Fast?
Hey, Cobb, back me up one more square, please. I should be back one square. Yep, perfect.
Anyone on fast?
Me.
Okay.
Armor class of -7.
Armor class of mine. So you move up and you threaten the creature.
Mm-hmm.
You take Skin Piercer and you attack the creature. Skin Piercer strikes the creature in the front leg. Does not penetrate. And Skin Piercer says, "We're fucked."
Great.
Does John say anything?
John has not said anything.
It's
Volmir,
only
I
an
think
illusion,
you're up.
Mike. It's only an illusion. Walk to its mouth.
Volmir, what are you doing?
I try to speak with it.
Okay.
I mean,
So you activate your magic item.
yes, and
What do you
speak
say?
Draconic.
What do you say?
I ask it not to hurt us, that Garrett meant no harm, that he is bloodthirsty, and just not to hurt us.
Make a charisma check with disadvantage.
The difference between fuck you and fuck you, ma'am.
27.
Did you roll twice?
No, it's 27-27.
You rolled the same thing twice?
Yeah, 15-15
All
to
right.
a 20.
Okay. Its literal mouth moves as it focuses on you, and it says, "That's a load of bullshit, and you know it."
That's right. I'm not bloodthirsty.
No,
I
just
wasn't
fear.
talking to you. Shut up. And it takes its claw and goes, and flicks you and knocks you down, pulling its punch, but you fly back. And Skin Piercer's like, yeah, do that some more. Really piss him off. So then it looks at you and says, give me one fucking good reason why I shouldn't.
Because I know of a time when you died and you gifted me your claws.
I've never heard such horse shit in my life.
You may not have heard of it, but it happened.
Oh yeah? What'd you do with the claw?
It was to help us get to another time.
That doesn't make any sense.
You're right.
We used them. It's hard to explain. The first time we had coins, and the next time, whenever you had died, the claws had appeared in my hands, as if you had gifted them. And we used them to pretty much make a portal to go through.
It looks down at your hand and says, where'd you get that ring?
We found it.
Can I get up?
If you want.
Yeah, I want.
She's speaking in the Draconic language, correct?
Correct. That ring belonged to my mother.
Well, it's attached itself to me, and I don't know how or why, but it has.
It comes in real close to you until you feel its hot breath and its nostrils spray, and it takes a deep sniff, and then it blows out this hot air, kind of like that before it showed up, that air, and it blows across you and blows your hair back. And then it looks down and says, "You're lucky." And it turns and flies off.
Great. What'd you say to it?
I think it only left because of the ring. It asked where I got it and said that it belonged to his mother.
What'd you tell him? And he gave, well, he didn't give it to us, Basula gave it to us. Or Bachelus. What'd you tell him?
Told him that we found it and it attached itself to me.
Maybe, I mean, okay, if maybe Bachelus survived or lived that long, and if he did, just, why didn't you tell him that Bachelus was the one that gave it to us. It should be the same guy. I mean, if Bacillus gave it to us, I think that had more significance.
But Locutus doesn't remember us at all. How is Bacillus going to remember us and vouch for that?
Tell Locutus that Bacillus gave us the ring.
I'm heading back to him,
He's
Kyle.
not going to believe that.
Walking.
Okay.
Apparently he believed you something. He believes you
Waldor,
more than
hold
any of
on.
us.
Hold on. Apparently the coast is clear, Waldor. There's no sound, so the
Well-
people are up there talking and they're still alive apparently. So
Well, while they were doing this, I was wanting to look at this before he flew off with the eye, but I was going to let them carry on before I interrupted.
yeah, you weren't ever close enough. The range on that eye is only like 30 feet.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
All right.
I don't
Anyway,
know,
I just wanted to make sure you guys knew that apparently that danger was over for now.
And honestly, with how close he was to you, I don't think it was the ring that saved you or us.
What the hell, guys?
And I make this motion with my hands.
I don't think he would care about that.
I think he would. Honestly, I think that's probably why we're still alive.
Ouch.
Yeah,
Right?
What the fuck?
That's the second time he's done it. Done
I
it to
still
us
hang
directly.
around.
Third time I've witnessed.
Can't we just leave now? There's nothing here.
I come back into the clearing.
Did you see what that was, Waldorf?
Yeah, wasn't that the dragon attacked us way back at the island?
Yeah. Well, it was,
Yeah, I just flew
can't
off.
be the same one because we're in a different place. Not time, place.
Time.
No, this time didn't
Yes.
exist. Our time in our. I don't even fucking know anymore. I don't care. I just think we're in an alternate something or another.
I know.
Nothing here.
I point at Volmir. I point at Volmir, and I go, we got paths to follow.
I don't know. Okay. I don't know.
Well, the dagger's that direction. Again, I point in that same direction. The dagger's that direction. Last thing tonight, we use my new form of travel and start heading that way. It'll take us a lot closer than where we are now.
So why did it fly off?
I don't give a fuck. It flew off.
Again, I think it's the baby. Either case,
So it breathes that shit all over the baby and the baby's mother, and then
I don't know.
I don't think it knew that. I don't know.
Player DM.
Fuck.
Yes.
So the paths that did it look specific to where we were right now, or did it look?
Yeah, with
Was
your
it-
natural 20, you're pretty much sure that that's the jam.
And so I don't. Do I know which direction it was then?
To what?
Which one of the paths to the Sogno? Like north, south, east, west? Which one of these paths it was?
You know, according to your role, that if you just get to the main middle of the branch, you just follow it to the tree.
Kyle, I dropped the armor spell, so I'm not continuing to run it, so you know.
See,
Hey,
you,
I'm
you
gonna
have
have,
it, fine, if you have it like this,
Mm-hmm. No, I get that. I'm just.
and you know you got to get to here, and then you can just go whoop.
Yeah. And So, but you said it correlates to like a path that's inside the forest. That's
Yeah.
inside John's forest.
Yeah.
We're not. So we're not currently in John's forest.
Yes, you're right here.
Okay. Okay, so I pull out John again, and I start looking without the eye. I'm like, okay, we're right there. And
maybe you should lead us. Cobb, is the direction he's pointing on John, the way he's holding it, is that also the direction? I pull out the book. Is that also the direction of the dagger, by any chance?
Well, I mean, it depends on how you hold John. There's no common point between the two.
Which
yeah,
direction do we get? Okay, you're holding the John map. Which
Your
direction
map
do we
looks
need
like
to...
this, with you're going here to here.
I know. I understand.
like
I understand. I'm asking. I'm asking Ian a question. If you understand this map, correct?
I understand John.
You understand what you said? This is a map of some sort, right?
Yes, and it leads to a place that has her symbol on it again.
So which direction is that according to this map? Which direction do we go?
Does it look like it's in the same direction? There's no common
If
point.
you hold John the same direction, then yeah, it's going to look like the same direction. But this does not look like this.
Yeah.
So
No, I'm not asking that. I'm just asking.
Yeah,
if they're
no,
in the same direction.
we're just trying to figure out. Because I'm envisioning that there's like an actual path, like dirt path that cuts through the forest and whatnot that I'm supposed to be seeing on the ground.
Well, that's what we're looking. That's what we're standing on. The
And
road.
is that so? Am I seeing that on the ground?
yeah, the map that I had has the road through the forest on it. That's what you're on.
Okay. Well, the one that there has four spots that I can take, not just the one.
This has all kinds of fours.
I see now.
You're looking at a road map, dude.
Yeah.
So if you're saying that's the direction to go towards
Hey,
the symbol, are you telling me that's the direction we need to go? Then I'm pointing in a direction.
Can I see the eye again real quick?
Okay.
I hold the eye, and I go over to my brother on the map, and I look at the map, and I look at John. Side by side.
Okay, it looks
Anything?
like John would. It looks like John would be an overlay.
And I overlay it.
And it pretty much matches up.
So
Okay. I say
the symbol is where the dagger is supposed to be accordingly.
probably.
Okay, that's all I was
So
saying.
we need to follow this path.
Okay, lead on. You're the one with the map.
And so I kind of take them, and
Wasn't warm enough?
Huh?
Wasn't warm enough?
No, I'm making more.
Oh, good. So I guess you like it. Good deal. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
Hey,
So I kind of look up,
I have to be up at 4 in the morning, so.
and I say, brother, where's
All right,
north?
Dan. We'll catch you.
On Saturday?
Take
There we
Yeah, I
go.
have to be at
What time is it?
10 o'clock.
Okay.
Well, we started really late. That's why I don't feel like it.
We'll wrap up here in a few, but let's get past this because this is kind of important. Because if you guys
Okay.
wrap this up, then
What were you saying, Ian?
Brother, where's north?
Hang on a second.
We'll use that to orientate everything to figure out where we need to go.
how'd you get a Friday night off, Destiny?
Well, one of the girls actually got into an accident a while back, and she isn't able to drive right now, so I took her spot.
Cobb, I did no direction, so I'm successful, so I know which direction north is, and I point to it, so they know.
Okay.
Can you hold that up higher?
North is this way.
Okay, so we're
Okay,
heading... east.
So we reorientate everything
Just so
to where
just so to make it
it's
easy,
supposed to be.
you would be going east, even if it's backwards or whatever. You're east, so.
Right.
Yeah, and that's what I'm doing, so we can orientate ourselves, so we can follow the path we need to take. And I
As
say
long
we
as
need
we're
to,
right there for north, it's always to our left side. We'll still be going east in case something happens and we get screwed up.
yeah, and I say, all right, we need to head east then, following this path.
So we're still near town. What time of day is it, Cobb, approximately? Isn't it getting close to lunchtime, I guess? Because we were supposed to go get lunch at lunchtime. I'm.
Yeah.
Do we want to set out on this now, or do we want to leave tonight? Because if we leave tonight, there's a chance I can get us there by morning. We'll wake up there.
With the help that I'm in, no.
Yeah.
So you want to travel through the deadly forest each day in the help you're in?
That's why
I mean, what if we start out
Hold
on foot?
One at a time, Garrett. What were you saying?
That's why I wanted to go into town and find their healer.
I agree. We all need it, especially now. We need it before now. Let's go see our parents and tell them that, I don't know, make up some lie, because they don't believe there's a dragon. And then go see if they'll take us to the healer. We all look fucked up, at least. I hope they see that.
Yeah, just remember the spot. Remember how we get back to here, and then we'll know where to head out from here.
Okay.
I guess it makes sense to try and get healed. I can take care of myself. Truthfully speaking, yeah, I mean, I can take care of myself really fast.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, before you do that, let's see what the healers in town can do. Because if they're going to put salve on and say, oh, you should be good as new in 6 months, then maybe we'll use it differently then, you know what I'm saying? We don't know what kind of healers they are yet.
Yeah, I don't know what they can do either, but no matter what, I'm probably just going to take care of myself.
Well, my
really
suggestion was
fast.
going to be, depending on what you're going to do, I might need to use some of what you got. Remember our plan?
Yeah, I know, and that's the plan, but
Does it matter how much you're going to take?
we'll see what we can do.
Let's see what they need to take, or what they can do first, so we can formulate a better plan working together on our abilities. But I might need to heal everybody here. Hey, Cobb, a giant just walked by behind you,
Yeah, I know.
stumbling down your hallway.
Yep.
Alrighty, so I think that should be what we do. Try and heal, get everybody tip top,
Yeah.
and then we'll head out.
I agree.
Yes.
Nice stow, John.
Okay. And you
I have my
guys
John back.
continue walking, as in going into town to find the healer, or are you going back to your parents' house?
We need to go back to our parents first, because they know where these healers are, and where we're from, there are no healers.
Okay, very good. So, let's see. Let's end it where we started off. Garrett, roll a d12.
One.
Don't get a 1.
5. My guess is 5.
Ryan. What'd you get?
You did not.
Oh, fuck. Power.
Okay. I'd like all of you to make charisma checks, please.
No shit.
29.
Let's see. So, okay, we'll go this way this time. So, 0 got a 29. Volmir? 9?
18.
Ooh. And Garrett.
23.
Yeah.
All right.
Come on, bring it to me. Bring it to me. I got this.
So, So, you're heading back. Things seem like, what could go wrong, right? What?
Everything. What could go right?
Roll me a d10.
At this point,
Here comes
I rolled a 9.
A 9. All right.
A 9.
So,
A 9. Nancy rolled a 9.
you go, and in the road, you see a Shelly.
a what?
A Shelly.
A Shelkin. A turtle man. Or woman. Or it.
A turtle person. Turson.
And it's just standing there like before, blinking.
I wave.
It turns to you and does this.
I can't see what it is.
He's sticking his hand out like he wants the John back.
I pull out John. I'm like, please no. I just got my John back.
Well, don't give it to him. What's John say?
John, advice. Thought you wanted to go. I thought we were going now. John, I thought we were going.
Put a coin in his hand. Let's see what.
You know.
No, but give him back. It was nice enough to give him to you to help us.
Power.
Sure, he was told to.
What power are you doing?
Contact.
Okay.
John.
Disintegrate.
Roll.
Roll the 2.
Alright.
That's second power. Mind link.
Okay.
John. I rolled an 8.
That's good enough.
Alright. John, he wants me to give you back.
What will you do, Iron?
I thought you were done resting, that you were ready to go.
I am. But I can't.
Then
I can't control other creatures. If I could, I would force you to be more righteous. But I can't. And you're going to do what you're going to do. So what are you going to do, Ein?
Fine, just give it to him. Maybe he'll give it back to the forest. Maybe it's something he can only.
Do you want to go back with
when
him?
we're on the path.
I want you to choose.
We can find him again. Remember, we have that ability.
Just give it back.
I look at
I'll
John.
be okay.
I
Man,
cut
you
everything
can-
off.
Either give him back or kill the Shelton. One of the two.
I will come back for you, I promise, John.
Garrett, deal with this Shelton, will you?
And I hold out my hand with John.
Okay. And it puts its hand out.
I let go.
And it just takes it and slowly trudges off.
I will
We'll
be
come back
back.
here. We'll come back here once everybody's healed, and you'll get it back.
One of the little twigs goes. And that is where we will stop. You guys make it back to your parents' house, and we will pick up.
Why
next
did you have to
game
roll the 1?
with that?
You son of a bitch. Why did you have to roll the 1?
I think Randy's asleep.
I wasn't ready.
All right. Any parting shots? Absolutely nothing.
I will come back for you.
I hope I'm less echoey on the recording anyway.
Yeah, it was.
No, I mean on the recording it's real bad.
All right.
Did you watch the playback yet?
I haven't.
As far as we know, Baldmere, you're working Mondays?
No,
Sure, play day.
not that I know of. I don't know if someone's gonna call out, but no, I don't work Mondays.
All right. Well, these guys are pretty much down for Mondays and Thursdays, so if you can make it, that's great.
I'm down for whenever.
And,
Yeah, me too. More or less.
All right.
Anything else?
Good night,
Yeah, I just
7-6.
can't do Thursdays.
Thank you for rolling that 1, Randy. I appreciate it.
You're quite welcome.
Fuck you, Randy. I wanted John.